Hello everyone and welcome to another video of Storytelling with Olschi. I'm Olschi and on this channel we'll talk about manga, comics and just anything about storytelling and drawing. Today's video will be a little bit different. I originally planned one video but it turns out to be a lot more work than I expected, so I will upload that other video in May. And for this month I decided to do something very simple where I don't have to write a script. So I decided, why don't I introduce my manga collection to you? Not all of my manga, but just like manga that are made and published in Germany, but also Switzerland and Austria, as you will see. Most of this manga are probably not published anywhere outside of the German-speaking countries, so I'm not sure how useful this video will be. This video is in English, even though all the manga are in German, so I apologize in advance for every one of you who actually have no possibility to read any of those, because they are not available in your country. Now that that's out of the way, grab a cup of tea or coffee and let's just chill a little. Just a disclaimer, those are not all of the German manga that I own. I think there are a few staying with my parents, like Y Square, maybe some other, can't remember. But those are the ones I have here. And calling it a collection might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but I am collecting in a way and I will hopefully complete most of the series. First off is Personal Paradise, for which I have like this beautiful box. Manga is by Melanie Schober and has been published, well, a while ago, and I actually possess only the 6th volume, so I'm missing the first 5 and I still need to read the whole series. I'm waiting for times when I'm more financially stable so I can finally buy some of the manga that I will be missing. You will see that I am missing a lot. By the other way, this makes like a little bit of anarchist punk impression on me. I know a little bit about the world that this manga is taking place in. I really love Melanie Schober's newest manga, Black and Blue, which takes place in the same world. So yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting. Okay, next. Another series that I do not have completed. I only have first volume of Tempest Curse by Martina Peters. It's also, I think it's like her first or second manga. I think she might have published like a short story before that. And it's kind of about this Grim Reaper who the police is trying to catch. That's kind of all I can say about it right now, because it has been a while since I read it. And like I said, I still need to finish it. Martina Peters' art is really nice and it's kind of clean and she has really nice lines. It's pretty. Next up is a Finnish series, Das Lieberi-Projekt by Tamasaburo. I'm not sure whether I pronounced it right. Either way, like Tamasaburo is like one of the most talented artists in Germany. Her art style is just amazing. And the story also takes place in the future, like 3,000 years after a war, and this world is kind of divided into the upper world and the underworld. And there's a lot of mystery taking place. By the end of it, I'm still not sure how the plot of this fits into the whole world that she created, but I think she is working on a kind of continuation or spin-off from the world, so maybe more will be explained in that manga. Okay, just a quick interruption here. It has been a while since I have read some of these manga, so maybe sometimes I getting some plot points wrong, or just like in general, I get the story wrong. So if you know some of these manga and you notice that I'm making some kind of mistakes, feel free to mention that in the comics, because I might be wrong about certain things. Okay, that's it. Let's continue with the video. Then another finished series! Way! Kamo by Banzabo. There are like twins. Ban and Ginzarbo are twins and both are manga artists, I think from Switzerland as far as I know. And both are extremely talented. And Kamo was the debut work of Banzabo. It's about a boy who is about to die, and in order to survive he makes a pact with this ghost. So they have to gather other ghosts, or souls I guess, in order to fulfill their goals. Whatever his goal is. I mean, the action scenes in these are fun, and I really like Banzabo's art style. But once again, this manga kind of ended up a little bit abruptly. Things kind of wrapped up too quickly. It could have been a bit longer, but sometimes when you publish books like this, you have to stick to a certain amount of books and pages. Apparently there will be continuation as well. I do not own the debut work of her sister, Genzarbo, but it's one of my to-buy list in the future for sure. Okay, let's introduce somewhat older ones. Then I also have this anthology, I guess. It's a collection of short stories by different artists from Germany and other countries, which are a kind of interpretation of Grimm's fairy tales. If you like fairy tales and if you like manga, I can recommend this, I guess. Summer Rain by Natalie Wormsbecher. It's only one volume. It's a really cute shoujo manga. I think it might have been her debut work too. I'm not sure. I think so. Yeah. Those are like this manga is still from this like very beginning of German mangaka being published, so it's kind of really exciting and it's just like a nice memory. Although I think this is like a second edition or something, because like the original cover look different and her art style is just so cute and pretty. Next up, also by Natalie Wormsbecher, is Life Tree's Guardian. I only have one volume and I think there are 5 or something like that. I think by that time I just started growing out of shoujo manga, that's why I didn't continue reading it. But now that I look at it, I feel like I should buy the rest of the books. Also because I'm kind of revisiting shoujo manga again, even though a lot of it is still not for me. It's just kind of nice to read shoujo manga from time to time, and especially if it's by some artists made from Germany. I want to support them too. And as always, her art style is like really nice and fluffy. Definitely got to continue collecting this. Also somewhat older, from 2012, is Alpha Girl, which I also still haven't finished. It's by Inga Steinmetz, and I think she has also published a lot of different manga. I have another one by her, which I will show you in a minute. And this one is also, I guess, a little bit more, I guess it's josei, not shoujo. I would put it in the category of like Bridgerton and stuff. You have like this big historical era backdrop and also like sex scenes. So I guess if you like Bridgerton, maybe you might be into this. Yeah, and another book by Inga Steinmetz is Schneebeins Fall, which is a kind of autobiography of the author. Not exactly, but it is definitely inspired by her own experiences. It's about this cute girl's trip to South Korea and what she experienced there as an artist, and I really liked it. There is a second volume, which I still haven't bought, and I will get eventually. Okay, this is the last somewhat older series that I still haven't finished. It's Goldfish by Nana Ya. It's a shonen. It's about the boy who, you know, whatever he touches, it turns into gold. You know the story, but this is like a little bit of a shonen manga twist on it. I really like Nana Ya's work, but I think I prefer her self-published works to this. This is like a nice shonen, and I haven't finished it, so maybe the story will have some surprises in for me that I did not expect. But I guess I stopped reading because it just turned out to be just a classical shonen, and by the time I read it, I already experienced plenty of shonen, so it wasn't really for me. But again, I think like I should finish it. It's 3 volumes, so it's like not a big deal to finish it all together. Next up are a couple of single volume manga. Die Wolke by Annike Hage. It's based on a novel. It's about what would happen if a certain nuclear power station here in Germany, I think it's actually close to Hamburg, if it would just like go off, similar to Chernobyl or something. I also have the novel, which I haven't read, but I have read the manga. Not that much happens within it, and I'm not sure whether I really liked it. Maybe I should read it again, because it has been a while. Sometimes you have to be in the mood for certain manga, for certain genre, in order to really enjoy them. Annike Hage is like one of the very first manga artists in Germany. She has been doing this for a while, and I really like her art style. It's like really distinctive. I don't know any other art style that is similar to hers. It's like she really developed her very own art style, which I really like. Then I have Fable Clash by Reyhan Yildirim. Probably saying it wrong. It's published by Paramount. It's a somewhat smaller publisher within Germany, so sometimes they publish like some thinner book, more indie manga as well, I guess, in a way. Rei-Han is just really good as an artist. Her manga pages look amazing, the fighting scenes, everything looks nice. The story is alright, there is like one major plot hole for me, but it's still a fun read. The character designs she does are just amazing. And then also by Paramount, I have Sunshine Chronicles. The art is done by Stefan Lorse and the story is by Tom Silberschmidt. It's all in color, so I guess it's more of a comic and not a manga, now that I think about it. But I don't really own any other comics by German artists, so since I cannot really make a video on my German comic collection, I guess I'll just put it in here. This is just a funny, chaotic story. The plot is just not very serious. It's just, yeah, it's comedy, and it has talking bears in it. Like if your story has talking bears in it, then you already got me as a reader. And somewhat more recent manga, which is a single volume, is Die innere Stimme, Briefe an Lille, which was, I think it was published last year. It's 2022, so it was published 2021, I think. Yeah, 2021 by Rakami, who has been publishing herself before that, and this is basically her debut work, I guess. Her art style is really warm, detailed, and I love how she draws facial expressions. There is just so much emotion in it. And the story itself is also pretty nice and touching, just very human. So I can only recommend it. It also comes with nice extras. And now to the series which are currently still running. Some of them will be finished within the next couple of months. Some of them will probably run a little bit longer. Let's start with Eislicht, again by Annika Hage. Not only her art style is like something I cannot really compare to anything else, also her story, because I think this story, it's just like very unique and very her own, which I really like. It is quite slow paced, so not that much happens within like a single book. And also there are more books out right now, as far as I know, so I will get the rest eventually. But yeah, it's a little bit of a mystery fantasy story with a little touch of horror, which takes place in a winter wonderland. Not a winter wonderland, but like Annika Hage creates like a really nice world with her drawings. So I'm really intrigued by it. I think I would really like to like read the whole series once it's finished, because it is so slow paced. Like waiting in between volumes is a little bit more difficult, but then again it's best to support the artists right now, because it's not easy for German artists to compete against Japanese ones. So yeah, I should just go get these books as soon as I have the budget for it. Called Die Kreatur by Banzabo, you know, the artist who also did Kamo. This is a shonen manga taking place in a kind of in the future, where the world is covered in snow because of the climate change, and people have to live in cities with behind walls because there are some creatures running outside killing people. Once again, I noticed that I'm probably just not a big fan of shonen manga, even though this shonen manga is probably the most popular everywhere. Very few shonen manga kind of managed to pique my interest. But the art is like amazing. I love her art style, and there are certain things about the story, like a kind of mystery, that I look forward to discovering. And also the fighting scenes are fun, so I still like it, and I will definitely continue reading it. Next up, Scarecrow. This is by Ginzabo, the twin sister of Banzabo, and this time I actually got her work. 2 volumes are out by now. It is also a shonen manga, also with a little bit of a mystery aspect behind it. It is about a fantasy world where people are living in the cities behind like shields, because there are the creatures, crows outside of them, who are really dangerous. I mean, it kind of sounds a little bit similar to Cold, but still the stories are pretty different, I think. I don't see that many similarities in the story. So because first of all the creatures are different, the mystery behind it, and the characters are also quite different. So anyways, there is like this girl who just goes out into the world. She's the princess. She goes out into the world to try to solve some kind of mystery. Then she finds this scarecrow, and scarecrows used to be around who did fight the crows, the evil creatures that are wreaking havoc on the world. And yeah, he just has been asleep for a while, so we don't know what exactly happened and how these powers work, which is quite intriguing. I think volume 3 will be out this year as well. Then second to last is Peluche by Horrorkissen. This is quite different to the rest of the works that I kind of have mentioned here, I think. I guess it's shoujo, but it's more than that. The romance is not the priority in the story. This story is about kind of bullying and just like struggles of growing up while not being the most pretty girl and, I don't know, having hormones and falling in love and doing stupid stuff because of it. I think the fourth and last volume will be out this year along with a music album. Can you imagine a music album? Which it's pretty amazing what Ultraverse does for their German artists. They really try to invest into the German manga industry, which I really like. And this story also, I think we really need these kind of stories for younger readers who are struggling with just growing up and the hormones. So yeah, I can recommend it to basically any age group, really, to any gender. It's just an honest and a little bit autobiographically inspired story. And last but not least, I name it as last because volume 4 will be out in just like a couple of days, and by the time this video is out it might have already been out. It's Green Garden by Sozan Çoskun. Sorry Sozan if I say your name wrong. The 4th volume will be out soon, and in this story, the government is using a kind of mysterious energy source, but this source might cause people to have increasingly bad nightmares, of which people tend to even commit suicide. And the protagonist is kind of trying to find out what is this, like, what is the mystery behind it. And so it's once again, it's not a typical shoujo, even though romance is once again important because you have a heartthrob here. Julius? I forgot the name. I'm sorry, I'm really bad with names. I remember her name. She's called Mai. So the artwork just really fits the story so well. It's like really dreamy, and the whole time you read the manga it feels a little bit like you are having a dream as well. I don't know how to describe it. You can see how much love there is in her art, and I really look forward to the last volume, and I just look forward to the reveal of the big mystery and what will it be and how will the characters, will they find their happy ending or not. So this is it. Like I said before, there are certain other manga I really want to get. I still need to get. What are your favorite manga made by German speaking artists? Do you know any? Or maybe you have read some webtoons made by German-speaking artists. I also have like quite a few self-published manga, but I decided this video is just gonna be about manga which were published through a bigger publisher and not the self-published manga, because that would just make the video way too long, and I will probably make another video on the self-published manga some other day. So yeah, tell me whether you have read some of the series, whether you're planning to do so, or whether there are some series that you would recommend me to read, which I still haven't read. I'm always open for suggestions. Right, I forgot actually one thing. I actually have two manga on my Kindle by German artist Christina Plaka. She is the very first German manga artist. Let me see. I have Go For It by Christina Plaka. I think this is like her last published work before, I think she's like running a manga school in Germany or something. It is a sports manga, which just a sports manga about volleyball, with hints of romance. Another sports manga I do own, but not here, is Gothic Sports, which I also almost forgot that I own. And I have Fading Colors Did I? I also have Faded Colors by Nightmaker. I think after she published this book, she continued publishing, well, spin-offs, continuation of the story on her own. I guess this is a BL, but also with a little bit of political commentary. And Cat Boys. Yeah. By the way, I buy manga for Kindle sometimes because I like the space, and it is a little bit cheaper to buy ebooks rather than printed books. Oh my gosh, I'm pretty sure I also had Kimi E by Christina Plake on here. It's a little bit difficult to find, like I have lots of books in here. Kimi E is like a autobiographic work, but Christina Plake, it's drawn in a somewhat different style, with like pencil, I think. It's a really beautiful, slow-paced story, which I quite enjoyed. I always like honest personal stories. Yeah, Kimi, it's really nice. Yeah, but now this is it. So yeah, once again, any recommendations are welcome. If you like this video, please press the like button. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, feel free to do so. And yeah, leave any comment if you have anything to share. And until my next video, you can also follow me on my social media like Instagram, Twitter and Facebook for some updates and just art in general. And I hope you look forward to the next video, which will be about more complicated topic, which I still don't even know how I'm gonna do it. It is a more complicated topic, which is not easy to teach, and which I also am not an expert in any way. So it might take me a while, but I try my best. I'm also kind of pumped to do it well. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay healthy, stay safe, and enjoy the spring. Bye!